Coming to you every week from no place in particular, this is the Forever Road Podcast featuring Bosco. He's a music lover, a historian, and a connoisseur of the obscure. Find us on some great platforms like iHeart and Spotify, and even more as we keep growing. Now, pointed down that forever road are your hosts. Here is Mr. Worldwide, Will Craig, and Bosco.
Welcome to Forever Road Podcast. Once again, I'm joined by Mr. Worldwide, as you heard, and this time we got Jason Kiefer, probably ass deep in a chair right now in the one more I'm out of here / illegal
shift
studios. I almost said shot. I messed it up that time, y'all. I think the other time it just rolled right off. But yeah, guys, man, it's been what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks for me.
Yep. And of course, I know, Chief, you've been super busy.
Yeah, I jumped in at the firehouse on your last one, and then ended up getting a goddamn run.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up having to jump out. Fucking work, whatever.
I mean, just like what, 5 minutes to go here, my boss called me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he decided to talk for 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's like, hey man, I gotta go. I'm not on the clock right now, man. Let me go.
I'm not getting paid for this, man.
Yeah. But unfortunately, being the fleet manager, I am on call. So I have to be and I actually read that in the handbook. I'm on call. Like our trucks are rolling, I'm on call.
Do you have anybody to rotate with?
It's just me.
Huh.
Yeah.
I
matter of fact, I run the Macon location, and I'm not. This is nothing negative. I'm just telling you. And we have a smaller hub, a smaller delivery post down in South Georgia. Then College Park, right outside the airport in Atlanta. I go up there because they don't have a mechanic up there. And then I shoot from there, hour and a half ride to Covington, Georgia, because there's a depot with 2 or 3 trucks out of that location.
So how many trucks total are you in charge of?
I don't know. I know it's over. I want to say so. Yeah, it's over 15.
Okay.
But I have to check the truck out and the Thermo Kings up top. Make sure all the fluid and everything's good. Check the mileage. Check the last time it was serviced. Check the tires. You know, if the trucks are within 200 to 300 miles of needing a service, I go ahead and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, because I may go back up there next week and that truck not be available. So, but yeah, I'm rolling pretty good. You know, I love what I do.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you're spread thin. That's for sure.
Well, you know, like we said earlier, I worked 10 and a half hours today. Went in at 5 and got off at 3:30. That's 10 and a half, right? Yeah. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Take your shoes off, Bosco.
Oh man, no. Well, you know, GED.
One of them they're GEDs. I got
Is
one of
that,
GEDs.
is the pinky like a half, or is that a full count?
Well, I count as a
Pinky toe?
goddamn fool.
The pinky toe? Is that a half or is that a full? Okay.
I call it a fool.
All right then.
Well, that's
So-
I mean that's also 8 inches, so that works out.
I thought that was a foot.
that what you told her?
I tried to.
She pulls out a
I just, it's pretty. Perfect.
I mean, if you can get by with what, millimeters or something, sounds bigger.
Every inch counts.
We're in
Oh,
America.
Lord.
Damn it, it's inches.
Yeah, freedom units only.
That's right.
That's right. Oh, we got our. There he is. Checking in with us. There's Turtle. Yep.
Oh, always with the daddy poop today.
Brother Turtle's in the house.
Oh boy.
I'm learning all kinds of shit about this A-team stuff though. Shit that I didn't know.
Yeah. So today's episode, we're gonna kind of half it up and just go off the for the listeners, we engage in the chats since we've gone YouTube live. We engage in the chats, and as usual, I believe our first steadfast fan, follower. I hate to say followers, but is Brother Turtle. He's in the chats. So today's episode is we're going to mention Memorial Day, the real definition, not according to what you've heard on the news of late night trying to get political, but I'll leave that up to better suited podcasts for that because I like to have fun here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go on a political rant, at least here anyway. But Memorial Day started. When was it? 1968. It was passed by law. I covered this last year, I think.
Let me be our Jamie.
Go for it.
Start here.
Would that make you our John or our dead leg?
1968. When General John A. Logan, Commander-in-Chief of the GAR, no idea what that is, called on former soldiers in their communities to come out.
Grand Army of the Republic.
There you go.
Wait, but yeah.
Conduct ceremonies and decorate graves of their dead comrades.
Very nice. Very nice. But yep, that's Memorial Day. And of course, the unofficial kickoff of summer, in the school years, all the things means way much more to me because I've had several family members that served, but I haven't found any research in my own family that has had anybody lost in war. I know for a fact I've had two family members injured in World War II. One ended up being a prisoner of war, but he got out and went back to home to St. Louis. But not that I know of.
Did you ever talk to him about it?
Not well, I'll tell you his name, John Frederick Lawrence Tennis. He passed away before I was born.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was able to talk to my grandfather, my dad's dad, about him serving in the Navy. I guess it would be Army Navy back then, right? Or was the Navy its own thing in World War II?
Navy was its own thing. You had Army Air Corps.
Army, okay.
Which is what my grandfather was in, which is now the Air Force. But
and he was on the USS Carter, and he was at D-Day. Now he told me about that.
Dang. Do you know which beach he went to?
I don't right offhand because it's been. Okay. I mean, he passed away in 2012. But,
okay.
Pops, I can't remember. Matter of fact, I think if I'm not mistaken, I had to find his obituary. It's somewhere in this mess I have here. I think it's almost the anniversary of his passing, matter of fact. But yeah, I think his obituary says it, but I'm not. I'd have to go back and look. But yeah, so I don't know of anybody in my family that has made the sacrifice while serving our country.
Right.
Do any of y'all?
Now, my grandfather, he served. He was in World War II, like I said, Army Air Corps. But I mean, made it home, and I don't have any. My uncles were in, but I don't even know if my uncles were actually in conflict at any point. But I know my grandfather was. But yeah, he made it through. But I mean, I have a lot of family that served. But
yeah.
This is kind of interesting. Looking at it, says the first national observance of Memorial Day occurred on May 30th, 1868, then known as Decoration Day, which leads into what Wilcray was saying with John Logan. I didn't realize it had a different name.
Sure. I knew it was Decoration Day at one point. I just didn't have. Originally known as Decoration Day. If I had my notes from a year ago, I could.
Says official recognition as a holiday spread among the states beginning in New York in 1873. By 1890, every Union state had adopted it. The World Wars turned it into a day of remembrance for all members of the U.S. military who fought and died in service. Cool. Learn something new every day.
That's the question I had. During World War I, they just called it the Great War, didn't they? What did they call it at that time?
It was the Great War, the war to end all wars. And then eventually another World War happened. So World War I, World War II.
The Germans just couldn't sit down and be quiet, could they?
Well, we decided that taxing them insanely high was the best idea after the war, and it caused their economy to crash. Wow, and then, yeah,
I'm walking up there here with a wheelbarrow full of cash. Hey, I need some bread.
Bosco,
you're missing two bands.
Bosco, you'll like this. In 1868, some Southern public figures began adding their label Confederate to their commemorations and claimed that Northerners had appropriated the holiday. First official celebration of Confederate Memorial Day as a public holiday occurred in 1874 following a proclamation by Georgia legislature. You fucking peaches want to steal everything. Neat.
Hey, man. Hold on now. I believe that Lincoln actually stated that anybody that was in the Confederate Army was given a pardon. If I'm not mistaken, I'd have to look at it. Huh?
My TV's doing some weird shit.
Don't you usually wear a hat?
I usually do.
Oh, that's why I was like, there's something different about him.
You know what's funny is I'm not wearing pants either.
Oh
hell yeah.
Sunday fun day, motherfuckers.
Stand up.
Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe Billy's in the chat. Shit, I gotta watch my mouth.
Oh no.
So while everybody else is grilling and chilling and all that stuff tomorrow, me and Jason here, Will probably be at home.
Yeah, I'll be at work. I'll be protecting lives and property. Hoping not to. Hoping to just chill and grill at work.
Yeah. I was going to say, what happens around the firehouse on Memorial Day?
Memorial Day is usually pretty chill. I don't think. I actually need to look at our schedule. I don't think we have any parades or anything.
Wait for somebody to set themselves on fire.
It's usually July 4th. July 4th.
Oh, yeah.
But they're usually shooting guns up in the air or shooting each other.
Oh, wow. That's north here in Macon.
The real kind of fireworks.
So
I think tomorrow should be pretty chill. I would hope.
2 weeks ago, Mother's Day, as a matter of fact. When was Mother's Day? Is that 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Or was that yeah?
2
Okay.
weeks ago. Yep.
Speaking of the stuff, so our location, I had a guy. We noticed like stuff was missing, and I'd worked in College Park one day, well, 2 days, and I didn't work that Friday. I just came home and it was my off day. I was bussing overtime anyway, so I stayed home and went back up there on Mother's Day. I had to do. There was something I had to fix, so went up there, work around the shop, doing the things. And I walked in the shop. I had my bay door open. I walked in the shop and I'm looking around. I was like, something's missing. Something I just saw here a few minutes ago. So I called the boss man. I said, hey, can you roll back the camera? Somebody's in the building. He said, what are you talking about? And I told him. So find out that this dude waited, just timed it just right. Came in the shop, grabbed some things, and walked out. Went around the outside of the shop, behind the shop, along the fence, and out while I was still in the building. You were just talking about craziness, and I was thinking about North
That's so weird.
So, believe me, Macon Bibb County is looking for him, but so, I replaced my things and all that was taken care of as far as that goes. But you were just talking about people shooting each other and all that. And that's kind of reminded me of where I work. It's a rough area. It made me think I hadn't even talked to anybody about this. It was just, I was super mad, obviously. But we got them on camera, called the law. We just kind of waited around and wait until they show up, So anyway, that's my lesson. I think that's why before we recorded, he called me to tell me he was locking the shop down and all the things. So yeah, everybody, if you're gonna work in a shop, especially in a rough area, lock your stuff down. You think you're safe, but I let my guard down this one time, dude, and. It wasn't even 5 minutes. He was in and out. He was gone.
Can I share my screen? I found a video I think would be very, very poignant for this weekend.
Sure.
Gotta see if I can do this. Did that pop up on your end?
Yep.
Okay.
That's up.
Helps if I unmute it.
Yes.
Yes.
The sight before us is that of a strong and good nation that stands in silence and remembers those who were loved and who in return loved their countrymen enough to die for them. Yet we must try to honor them, not for their sakes alone, but for our own. And if words cannot repay the debt we owe these men, surely with our actions, we must strive to keep faith with them and with a vision that led them to battle and a final sacrifice. Our first obligation to them and ourselves is plain enough.
Bosco, I think
The
you might
United
need
States
to share it.
and the freedom
Maybe.
for which it stands, the freedom for which they died,
Is it
It's
not
fine.
there?
endure,
right.
and prosper.
Okay. All right.
Their lives remind us that freedom is not bought cheaply. It has a cost. The willingness of some to give their lives so that others might live never fails to evoke in us a sense of wonder and mystery. And how they must have wished, in all the ugliness that war brings, that no other generation of young men to follow would have to undergo that same experience. As we honor their memory today, let us pledge that their lives, their sacrifices, their valor shall be justified and remembered for as long as God gives life to this nation. And let us also pledge to do our utmost to carry out what must have been their wish, that no other generation of young men will ever have to share their experiences and repeat their sacrifice.
Thank you for sharing that. That was great.
I think that's apropos for this weekend.
Absolutely. That was beautiful. So
God love Ronald Reagan, by the way.
Man.
Are you guys going to see that movie coming out?
Extraordinary men and women.
Shit. I got all kinds of shit happening over here.
With unmatched precision.
Shocker. I'm fucking all kinds of shit up.
So there's a Reagan movie coming out?
Yeah, Dennis Quaid is playing Ronald Reagan.
Oh, I seen him.
And he sounds really, really close.
Really? That's awesome.
God damn it, Jill. Hey! I don't need that from you. I get that from Dan.
It's almost as if you're the one who's podcasted the most out of the three of us.
She's not wrong, though. It is a rookie move. God damn it. I mute shit. I'll have this TV blaring, and I'm like, oh, what the hell is that sound? But whatever. No, I saw that video earlier today, and with talking about podcasting for a Memorial Day episode, I figured that was a pretty good one. Just kind of, sums it all up and brings it all together. And it's amazing to me how many people don't realize what Memorial Day actually is.
Yeah.
Like they think it's more of a July 4th type shit or a Veterans Day. Like there's different, significant meanings for each one. And people mix them up or don't understand or don't pay attention.
One of the greatest things I saw recently, and I think Turtle posted it the other day.
Fucking Turtle. It still cracks me up every time you say it.
Hell yeah. I hadn't seen him. He popped up on the chats in a minute, but he posted, to veterans, don't say Happy Memorial Day, because there's such thing as survivor's guilt.
Yep.
And so, just honor the fallen and, say a prayer. If you're a praying person, I know I am. I ain't knocking anybody who's not, or either just have a grateful thought in your process throughout the day. Because, if you really think about it, these guys laid their lives down for what we all have, for what we all get to do on a daily basis, which not going to get on the whole political rant, which makes me, I'm going to try to withhold myself. Let me just say that. But the protests that are out there, and then we ain't got to go down the rabbit hole unless y'all want to, that of supporting what they're supporting, and they don't understand what they're, quote unquote, supporting. Yes, do I, and I'll say it like this. Has the United States jacked up some folks along the way to get where we are? Yeah. Have we done our the best thing I've heard before, have we done our devilment to get to where we are? Yeah. We've learned from our mistakes, I hope. In some ways, we're still fighting the same battle 60-something years later. But for the military men who said, yeah, I'll stand between the gap between good and evil to keep our people safe, and they laid down their lives, or they didn't know what was going to happen, or they knew, I know I'm not going to make it out of this, but I'm fixing to go charging that way, and all my boys behind me, and we're going this way. So
I mean, if you
being
think
as patriotic as I am and loving our country and my brothers that have served in the military, like Turtle, and I know he's still with us, but as grateful as I am. But go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. You've got a son that, I got to meet via chat when I jumped in at the firehouse.
Yep.
Yeah, that's serving, which I think is awesome. I was this close to serving, and the fire department called, and I went the fire department route. But you got to think about, like, your family members that were in World War II. My grandfather, 17, 18 years old, storming the beaches, and the front of that boat drops. I mean, if you watch, Saving Private Ryan or any of those movies,
My grandfather was
no idea that they're going to make it back.
Yeah.
And expecting to not. But, Saving Private Ryan, Dunkirk, like, those are all great depictions of what, and seem to be the most realistic. I mean, granted, wasn't there, have no idea, but how fucking petrified would you be as soon as that front ramp drops? You're going into 6 foot of water, may not even know how to swim, but you have to get to a beach and storm through bullets as they're being fired from a hillside.
Just MG-42s, just no
dumping down on you,
just mowing.
Those are real men.
Yeah, my grandfather, the Navy. Now, the one that was captured, he was in the Army. The one that was in the Navy, he was one of the boat chieftain that drove that boat up onto the beach, dumped it, let the thing down, and went back and did that back and forth all night. So, and then he would tell me stories, and you could see him. He'd freeze up. He would sit totally still. He's over here somewhere, or he's back in time. And I just sat there and just listened, man. So, yeah,
we had a couple. The fire department I worked at before, we had a couple World War II veterans that were, one was captured and released, and then another one never captured, but fought over there. And we would make, they were older, obviously, so we're making EMS runs on them, trouble breathing or chest pain or whatever. But riding in the back of the ambulance with those guys and sitting there and just listening to the stories for that 15 minutes that I had with them, and then, made multiple runs on them. So we'd almost pick up, where we left off before. Just so interesting to hear, the things that we bitch about now and what those guys endured. It puts it in perspective, like, all right, quit being a pussy. Just move on.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal, dude.
Rub some dirt in it. Keep moving.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Jill said All Quiet on the Western Front. I haven't watched that in ages.
I honestly haven't seen that.
May have to have another movie night, Jill.
We're going to bring Jill on whenever we do Fast and Furious.
Oh, yeah, dude. Well, she's gonna school you. I promise you.
Depends on which movie.
I've never met somebody that is so in tune and hyped up about a movie franchise as she is with Fast and Furious. Do not fuck with her. You don't want none of that smoke. I promise. So we will. We'll have to schedule that out, because that would be a good one. Because she'll go ham on that, and it'll be awesome.
So, Jill, we're talking about the 1930 movie or the 2022 movie?
The what?
Oh, the remake.
Yeah.
The remake's terrible. Sir. The remake's terrible.
Dude, I've never seen it, so
we watched it in school.
I hate to say that out loud, but I've never seen that movie.
We watched it in school. It was very, very good. Old movie. They redid it and completely just butchered it.
Oh, man.
We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of me breaking my ribs. Jill and I were just talking about this, and
help! I've fallen and I can't get up
on a fucking boat, for fuck's sake. But while I was laid up, I rewatched the whole series, Band of Brothers. One of the greatest TV series, or whatever you want to call it, on the planet, and rewatched the whole goddamn thing.
Gosh.
I'm so used to being able to share comments. I can't do it.
I deleted a meme I had the other day.
Oh no!
I was gonna send it to him. find it, send it to you later. But it's about Dominic Toretto. I live so fat. I think it's a fat picture of him. And he's like, I live my life a quarter pound at a time.
That's good.
We will have to schedule. We'll have to schedule that. Do a Fast and Furious one since we're doing cars and.
This is off topic of the especially the movie we're about to talk about. But after they dropped that last movie, he was like, I don't have friends, I got family. The memes tore him apart, dude.
Family.
Good Lord.
Oh,
I don't need gas, I got family. What? You know, I mean, it was all stupid memes, man. I was like, man.
I don't need physics, I got family.
I got these work boots that'll take me wherever I need to go. I don't need gas.
Yeah. The latest one was with Jason Momoa as the bad guy. It was the part 1 of Fast X. And
that wasn't them shooting a Pontiac Fiero on a rocket into space, was it? It was at 9. Oh,
I don't know. Oh, in space, that was 6 or 7.
What?
Yeah. Maybe
he hasn't seen any of them.
I've seen some of them. I just haven't. I'm not caught up completely.
My whole thing about the whole thing is about this is 9. They started out being race car drivers, and then now they're super secret agent people.
Superheroes. Let's cut straight to the chase. They're superheroes.
So
now they're Avengers on wheels. I mean,
we met up with Jill's friend yesterday at a graduation party, and Jill, whenever there's a new release, like the next movie, her and her friend go to opening night every fucking movie.
I did for the first. I've seen all of them. I don't own all of them, but I've seen all of them. And secret agent, man. But to me, it's kind of like the Dukes. Since we're going to go into the old TV show stuff and movies, and it's like the Dukes of Hazzard movie. I didn't watch that thing for the acting. Johnny Knoxville acting. Come on, man. And Sean William Scott. But
Stifler, man, come on.
Yeah, it's Stifler.
I watched it for the car, for the general lead to see him.
Sorry, I was watching for Jessica Simpson.
I'm sorry for your eyeballs.
Yeah, there's no good acting coming out of that.
I think the only good acting was Billy Bob Thornton in it, right? He's in it.
In what?
Was he in it?
Wasn't he Boss Hogg?
No, that was Burt Reynolds.
Okay, close enough.
What?
Nowhere even near.
Oh my god!
Now I'm getting you annoyed. Yes,
that's like. I mean, Burt Reynolds, dude. You got to give him all the credit, all the love, man. That's
R.I.P.
I know.
R.I.P.
He was like the Ric Flair of acting.
I haven't watched that movie forever either. I just pulled it up, the cast. I mean, I knew most of the people in it, but I forgot Willie Nelson played fucking Jesse Duke.
Oh yeah, he did.
Man.
And then Steve Heffernan from Super Troopers.
Yeah.
Was in it.
Well, it was largely
Kevin. Okay.
Yeah.
I was Steve Lem. That's what I'm thinking of.
He's on Tacoma FD. If you've never watched that movie, show, fucking hilarious.
That's funny.
Often, you know that I volunteer firefighter. So watching some firefighting TV shows, I'm like, that's not how they did that.
Right.
So I often wonder how you feel when you see like shows like, which is a good show, like 911 or, stuff like that, and I even watch and I go,
I get people on runs all the time. Well, I watch Chicago Fire. I'm like, that's neat. I don't rappel off of a highway overpass every day. I don't. It's not the way it works. I pick up people with chest pain for 3 days at 3 a.m. That's what happens. And
Yeah.
occasionally go fight a fire.
That's actually what turned me off of actually going to get my full medics. I remember I was in training, my official training and all that, and we woke up at like 3:30 in the morning because Granny Num Nums needed to go to dialysis, and I was like, "How much am I getting paid for this?" And dude, it reminded me, and I was like, "Hmm." And as soon as I got done with the class, I passed everything. I was third in my class.
Nice.
And I was like, I'm done. I don't want to do this. Waking up at 3:30 in the morning and not knocking anybody who has any health issues. So I don't want anybody getting mad. But
I am. Fucking call the goddamn ambulance sooner or drive yourself to the fucking hospital. I'll say it, Bosco. I'm not afraid.
well, I mean, that's true.
When you
take
wanna
better
sit-
care of
you
yourself,
wanna
your ass won't be in dialysis.
You want to sit there and wait till the very
Yeah.
last minute to where now I'm scrambling to try to make sure you fucking live. Where if you'd have gone 5 hours earlier, it might have been a big difference.
Yeah.
This is just the fucking older guy who's somewhat close to retirement, getting pissed off about it.
That's
I think
reasonable.
you've been hanging around Dan too much, man. You're starting to kind of vent.
It pisses me off. Dan pisses me off too.
Dude, when Dan starts to cook, man, and he just goes, I start laughing.
Well, you can see my face. Like I'm like, God damn it. But it's like Christmas Vacation. The dog snots. It's like, just might as well let him finish. It's easier, Clark. Might as well let him finish.
Two things. One thing I want to mention before we get rolling on our main topic, which I know we're almost an hour into this, but I knew it was going to happen. Two things. I want to mention Operation Tackle Box. There are y'all heard me mention them before. No, they don't pay me to do it, but I do it out of love. I know it's Memorial Day and it's not Veterans Day, but they really help the veterans out, get things that they need. They, with VA claims and other things, they schedule the fishing expeditions. I said it right that time. So, it's very relaxing. I mean, everybody that loves to fish, you get out on the boat and you just kind of, even if you don't catch anything, there's something very relaxing and refreshing to your soul about that. So it really helps these veterans deal with what they deal with on a daily basis. But y'all go check them out. Operation Tackle Box. They're on Instagram, Facebook. They have their own website. Go in there and get you some super sweet merch. I know I got a hat right here
With the fishing hook on it, too.
I wear my hat all the time. Do what?
With the fishing hook, too.
Yes. There you go.
There it is.
That's the hat Brother Turtle gave me with the hook. See, Operation Tackle Box. They have hats, T-shirts, decals, men and women. Y'all go check them out. It's a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and they're out there doing some good for our veterans.
So if we want to donate to this, do we just email directly?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, all right. One more, and I'm out of here. We'll be. I'll be in contact. I love that. I love that idea. It's great.
Yeah. I know that now. I battle with this part, but I know that Brother Turtle has not his hands in it, but he knows those people on a personal level. So, yeah, y'all go show them some love. And do you have one that you want to, this nonprofit?
What's that?
Do you have one?
Friend of ours, I don't have like our typical ad read, but a buddy of ours, Dan Varner, who definitely has helped my podcast start. Essentially, I mean, bought us our soundboard, and whenever we do our live events, he brings his speakers. He's got a couple different his hands in a couple different things. Obviously, band guy, but then also he's got a production company. But his big one that Jill and I just went to a big fundraiser for is the Varner Foundation for Children. It's all foster care assistance. So like if a for the foster families, that foster family needs tires, put on their car, they'll reach out straight to, I'll just throw a name out, Bob Summerall Tire. They'll arrange it through the company for them to come in. The family they'll tell them, hey, you just go straight to this shop, whatever it is.
Yeah. And
they arrange it through the shop. So money's not being directly given to the family, but the fix is done.
That makes sense.
And it happens. I mean, yeah. So it makes it super easy. It's super legit, above the board. But Varner was a Varner Foundation for Children.com.
Is that like a nationwide thing, or is it just local?
It's local, but I think they're going to start to branch out because it's definitely getting traction.
Mm. I know on y'all show, y'all mention it every single time. And I was like, you know what? That's why I asked you to bring it up, because I know those people do some good too. And like I said, I don't get paid for the Operation Tackle Box. I'm not saying that to get paid. I'm just saying I'm putting the word out there because I know they do a lot of good.
Yeah, I mean it's needed. I mean it's needed. Period. Yeah, Varner VARNER Foundation.org. That's what it is.
Sweet.
But yeah, I mean they just it's things. Our veterans need stuff. These foster kids need stuff, and it's doing it for the right things. It's not just just some nonprofit just to raise money to launder somewhere.
Right. Some random Leroy butt sniff or something.
Yeah, these are actually doing good things. So it's But yeah, one more and I'm out of here. We'll definitely be making a donation at Tackle Box. Operation cool. Tackle Box. Yeah. So. Actually, I might do it while we're sitting here. Maybe.
I need to get on there. There was something I was looking at that I need to get on there and order my stuff now that I've gotten my main bills taken care of. I always try to, what they say, take care of these first. Yeah. So now that everything's chilled, I'm gonna go back on there and order something I saw. So
yeah, I've got their emails up. I'm keeping it. I'm gonna keep that tab open, and I'm gonna shoot them an email when we're done. Figure out where we can send money to, but yeah, we'll definitely support them from one more and I'm out of here.
Yeah. So
that's what it's about.
Yep.
That's what it's all about.
So, gentlemen, where are we going now?
The A-Team?
A-Team movie. Are we talking the movie or the show first?
However, if you want to just kind of flow along and we just kind of compare the fact that the A-Team show, the guys that were shooting at each other had aiming capabilities of stormtroopers.
Nobody ever died. It was funny when you and I were texting earlier today. I was like, shit, I got to rewatch that movie because it's been forever. Yeah. But I was telling Jill, and Jill wasn't familiar with the A-Team show nor the movie. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to rent it off Prime. I'm going to watch it, do some homework. And I was like, this is like one of the best movies you'll ever watch. So we're sitting there watching it, and she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. She was like, I think this is awesome. Because like the way they played Murdoch in it was dead on the TV show.
Yeah.
And Will Cray, I'm not calling you out. You're younger though, but like, did you watch the TV show at all?
I've watched a decent amount of clips from it.
Okay.
And
so you at least know, like, you knew what it started as versus
yes.
what they made the movie off of.
Mm-hmm. I might have to go off of camera just a second to show everybody something that has something to do with this. But
I'm scared. Keep your pants on.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Oh no! I see his underwear. Oh, that's a bright ass screen.
But yeah, I mean, so Will, I pulled it up.
Take my pants off. Sorry, everybody.
I was hoping you were going to shit.
So you feel alone? All right, check this out.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Y'all, you said Murdoch, so
That thing's probably
There
worth
he
some
is.
money.
1983. I'll never sell it. I'll give you one guess who I got it from.
Oh boy.
He's in the chat.
Turtle.
Yeah. It was, yeah. So it sits right here. Well, it'll sit right here now, but it was sitting on my shelf, looking out for the longest time. I think I've had it for like maybe 2 years, maybe just a year. I don't know. Yeah, oh good Lord. Yeah, remember that?
He's like, you son of a bitch! You stole that from me.
I don't.
So your guys' take on it, on the movie. Me just literally finishing it an hour and a half ago,
Me too.
and remembering it. Your take on the movie versus the show first.
It's hard to beat an original, but I think they kind of took the. I like the original premise. You know, of course, they kind of broke it down over a TV series over a couple years, but
so yeah, they
I think
conducted a ton of missions over 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
where in the movie they have one mission.
And then well, they have the original thing where they get created, and then
Yes.
the banner that says after 80 successful missions, and then
yeah.
I do love the fact that, and it gave, again, Jill not ever watching the show, gave the premise of what happened, like why they were, the court-martialed, bad boys or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they did a good job with that, and I remember I told Jill I remember going to the theater, and like I haven't seen the Fall Guy yet. Fall Guy is one of another show that,
dude,
but I haven't gone to the theater to see it yet. I'm like, I'm probably going to be disappointed, but I have to go.
No,
it is on coming to Amazon soon, but I would go watch it in theaters. It's different, but it's fun, action filled, and you'll probably like it.
Yeah.
Don't go into that movie thinking about the Fall Guy TV show.
Right. That's everything. All the reviews that I've read, that's what they say.
Other than that,
and
great.
Stay for the after the credits, at least the the first credits, kind of like Marvel movies.
Yeah,
but not the whole. There's a mid credits roll or scene.
But I thought the 18 movie though. I mean, I thought they wrapped everything up. I think they casted it perfectly.
Yes.
I mean, you get Bradley Cooper as Face.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody better that would match. And I can't remember the real actor's name, the first actor's name, but match him perfectly.
Benedict. But I think there was an original Face in like the very first pilot episode. And I don't remember his name. Matter of fact,
the guy they cast as Murdoch, I thought was really spot on.
Yeah,
Liam Neeson, anything he's casted in, he's phenomenal. And so how could he not be Hannibal Smith?
Charlton Copley was Murdoch.
Yeah,
he always plays weird dudes, and he's great always.
Is he? I've never seen him unless.
Well, District 9.
Okay.
He always kind of plays weird, silly things more to me.
As far as the show goes, like I pulled up Wikipedia because I was just curious. Tia Carrere, who was in Wayne's World, if you remember her, she was intended to join the principal cast of the show in its 5th season after appearing in the season 4 finale, providing a tie to the team's inception during the war. Unfortunately, for this plan, Carrere was under contract with General Hospital, which prevented her from joining. I don't remember her being in the show, but it was to me, that was pretty interesting because the only time I ever knew of Tia Carrere was when Wayne's World came out. And then James Coburn, who starred in The Magnificent Seven, was considered for the role of Hannibal.
I can see that too.
And George Papard was the original consideration for the role of Vin, played by Steve McQueen in Magnificent Seven.
Wow.
So kind of funny, like kind of an inverse type thing.
Yeah.
I could see James Coburn being a good Hannibal Smith as well.
Yeah. But George Papard, he was in Breakfast at Tiffany's and something else. Like he was before that TV show came along, he was like he's been in some serious now classics.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Pulling it up. When you said Breakfast, I forgot he was in that, but I mean I knew he was in some older stuff.
Which one of the Hepburns? I don't know, Catherine. And there's another Hepburn in there somewhere, but
let's see.
Yeah, he passed away in 94.
I always liked him though. Like he was such a cool, calm, collected dude. Good looking fella. You could tell he was a ladies' man.
Mm-hmm. Kind of, there's something about that dudes that came from that era that were a little older. You know, just like Lee Majors from the Fall Guy. Like,
yeah,
it just had that
swagger and machismo.
Yeah. But when it's just like Magnum.
Oh, Tom Selleck.
Yeah, Tom Selleck. I couldn't think of his name.
If I grow a mustache out, I look like a retarded Tom Selleck.
Have I told you what a Tinder girl called me once?
Oh, no.
She called
Jill,
me.
Is he the Timo Tom Selleck?
I got.
Sorry, dude.
I'll send you guys 2 fucking pictures.
I got some woman called me. She's like she matched me on Tinder and then was like, "You look like Wolverine in the worst way possible."
Oh my god!
I was like, "The fuck?"
In the worst way possible. Well, I disagree with her, sir. You look like Wolverine in the best way possible.
That's right. Oh, see,
she's probably living under a bridge right now, so you didn't want that anyway.
Yeah, don't be hating on our boy now.
Yeah, I'll hurt somebody. Oh shit, George Papard, he appeared in Dynasty. Well, you won't remember that movie or that show. Dude, my mom used to watch that.
Started something, damn it.
Every fucking week.
No.
I'm tired of seeing those damn commercials on YouTube, man. God, every other freaking video.
Yep.
So, so in the movie, they were wrongfully court-martialed. And if anybody hasn't seen the 18 movie, get what rock.
What are you doing? It's on.
What are you doing?
What'd you watch it on? I watched it on Max. Did you watch it
on Prime?
Yeah,
I watched it on Prime.
It's everywhere. So
I had to rent it.
Oh,
I actually have the Blu-ray, long extended cut version somewhere, but I wasn't going to go upstairs and I just pulled it up right there.
I'll be submitting my invoice for the homework to Forever Road Podcast. I'm trying to find this picture to text to you guys. So I'm not being weird.
He's not playing with himself. Okay.
Oh, he's probably doing that too.
Don't worry about what I'm doing with my feet.
And see, in the TV show, wasn't Lynch a different guy?
Wait, say it again. I'm sorry.
In the TV show, wasn't Lynch a different guy? He wasn't. Of course, they didn't talk about CIA in the TV show, but in the movie, Lynch was.
That's where I was trying to figure it out because obviously, I missed there was a gap. I was missing something because obviously Lynch was a big deal in the movie, but I was trying to remember how that correlated, but I wasn't on positive. I was hoping you were going to help.
United States Army Military Police Colonel Francis Lynch, portrayed by William Lucking. That's Lucking, Lucking. Was commander of Fort Bragg, which housed a stockade. Yeah. And the colonel pursued them throughout their first season.
So essentially the antagonists.
Yeah, so they used the name Lynch as a CIA stooge in the movie.
And they had
now I just pulled a picture up. Now I remember him.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's that guy that goes, oh.
Exactly what I'm doing right now. Oh,
it's
now I get
it's
it.
that guy. He's been in that thing. You know that guy. And you pull his picture up and go, oh.
I had to Google and remember him. Ooh. Is this Chris? Is that Turtle?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He said I watched a TV series on VHS. At least it wasn't Betamax.
So William Lucking, if you don't know, ended up being Piney in Sons of Anarchy.
Yep. I knew I recognized him. I'm like, God damn it.
He's also in The Rundown with The Rock, and he was in the Magnificent Seven.
Piney, Piney with the fucking oxygen.
Yep.
Ding 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 ding
Opie's
ding,
dad.
ding 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 ding.
It all made sense once I grabbed the picture. I was like, oh, I remember him from the A-Team, and now I was like, where the hell else? And then as soon as you said it,
You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Opie's dad. Opie is. Y'all know who Opie is?
Yeah.
The real life son of his Ryan Hurst, the real life son of Rick Hurst, who was Deputy Cletus, Boss Hogg's cousin in the Dukes of Hazzard TV show.
that's his.
That's his kid, Ryan Hurst, who played Opie.
Oh,
So Deputy Cletus Hogg,
yeah.
that or real name Rick Hurst. Yeah, that's his. That's yeah. So
Wow.
I've. What do they call it?
I can see it. I can totally see it looking at his face now. I can totally see it.
So yeah, William Lucking, Piney, one of the original Sam Crow members.
And he was a badass. That guy was a badass and Remember the Titans.
He was in Remember the Titans?
Opie was.
Oh, Opie was. Yeah.
I know we're going off of many tangents, but that's the fun part about this though. Is like you start connecting dots. And that just goes.
Dude,
This show is a tangent.
If I could have remade a movie, I would have used Ryan Hurst, Opie, as the leading role as the bandit in a remake of Smokey and the Bandit. Because he looked like Burt Reynolds did back in the day. You know, that big, how Burt Reynolds looked back in the day.
Mm.
But I know we're kind of going off on which, like you said. But yeah,
what makes it fun.
I see things, I'm like, dude, I could totally, because of how my brain is, I guess I'm autistic in a way.
Got that little tism touch.
Tism, yeah, right.
You're like fucking Rain Man over here. Oh, there's 700 toothpicks on the ground.
Certain things I have the tism on. I ain't gonna lie. I don't
I'm
know
on a spectrum. I just don't know what spectrum it is. We haven't really figured it out, and Jill hasn't figured it out either.
What part? I'm on there somewhere. So, go back to our thing. Okay, so our guys get hemmed up. To begin with, good Lord, I done lost our place. Where were we?
Where they get after they
We're
get
all over the
arrested.
place, dude. Did y'all know that the Lynch at the end of the movie, and I didn't know this until I looked into it, was John Hamm?
Yeah, that's John Hamm. I was like, oh, that's John Hamm.
Amazing to me. So that movie came out in 2010, and he had this much of a role.
Yep.
Yeah.
That much. but then he goes on to do Mad Men and all these other movies. You know, Mad Men was a huge series, and then all these other movies. But it was like John Hamm, this much. This is all you get.
He was the Easter egg character.
Yeah, exactly.
So let me ask y'all this: with these characters now, watching the movie, growing up like you and I did, Jason, that it's so weird. I've been calling you Chief for like the last year, so I'm just gonna stick with Chief. Seeing the movie, who do you gauge yourself as? Because I don't know if you're like me with the tism that you watch the movie and you're like, hey man, that's me right there, or
Right.
this person is that. So everybody has their own Murdoch, I'm sure, in their life.
Yeah, it's definitely me.
Fucking nailed it. If there was going to be an 18 part 2, you're it.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I would, when y'all don't know him other than the chats, I honestly think the Turtle's that Murdoch. I know him on a real personal level. Like, I have his house keys out there in my truck. So if I need to go to his house and, and he's not home to go take care of something for him. But, I was sitting there telling my wife tonight, I was like, yeah, and of course it's fitting that he gave me the Murdoch action figure here. But I think he's, see, there he goes. You're Murdoch, dude. There you go.
I would think I can go one of two ways. I think I would either I could fit the Hannibal Smith, but I also think I could fit the face part as well. I don't know. I definitely don't resemble B.A. Baracus at all.
Yeah. Well, and
I'm not big. I'm not big and buff, and I'm not that mean, really.
I guess that's where I come up with Bosco from. And
I see you as a B.A. Baracus.
Matter of fact, since we're on here, and I'll tell y'all this, so Turtle was the one that started. He gave me that name when I was creating my gamer account online. He was just like, dude, just use Bosco, man. And so I used it, and of course everybody started calling me Bosco. I'm not gonna tell anybody my government name, but yeah, he was the one that initially started calling me Bosco.
I like
and
it.
I did rock the mohawk for those for a little while. You can talk.
Jill does make a good point. So if we had our own A team, we would make Zoe B.A. Baracus.
Your own A team at home.
Yeah.
Hold still. It's just a mohawk for a little while. Your hair will grow back.
Right. What are you yelling about? Here, hold on. I need your hands. I got to put pity and fool on each.
You drawing it on there with permanent marker?
No, I'd light up a big pen and just do it and actually do like a prison tat.
Oh yeah.
Come on, you're 12. You can handle it. You're tough.
It only hurts for a little bit.
Yeah. You only bleed for a little while. It'll be fine. It's okay.
Jill, yeah. I mean, Jill actually brings up a very good point because she is the planner. So I can see her going, yeah, I love it when my plan comes together. That's exactly how that works.
See,
we'll just be an hour and a half late, but the plan will come together. We'll just be late.
My heartbreaking part of that whole movie was when they pancaked the van.
Yes. I was. No.
It's the only time you saw it. You saw it for the first 10 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice right at the start of the movie the van gets shot up and they're like, "No, you're shooting my van!"
Yeah.
And then the next scene, it's pristine.
Yep.
See,
not a bullet hole to be found.
I was like, "Yes, it's a movie."
But just like
and they kind of show it off too.
But just like any gearhead who's a true dude, you could shoot my arm. I don't care. But you're shooting up my, I don't have a van, but
don't shoot my ride.
For real? Come on, man.
That's hard to fix. This the arm
It's
grows back, kind of.
It's an 83 Vandura. Come on, dude. I can't find parts for this.
That van was a shit.
It was. I wish I had, I don't know. I have a picture of it somewhere. I think one of the car shows and one big car show in Byron, north of here. Excuse me. A guy brought one out there and it was painted to black. And a lot of people don't know this. And I think when they made the Matchbox toys of the van, and you could probably remember this, Chief, they would have it all black with the red stripe. And that wasn't actually accurate.
Right.
It was the charcoal gray, red stripe, and then black with the red. Did the show have red wheels, or was that just the movie?
I think the movie had red wheels.
Oh shit. Hold on.
Oh, gosh, hang on.
I can't remember.
Oh no, you guys are both Googling. Who's faster? Let's see.
Wow, the show did have the red wheels.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I want one of those so bad. So bad. So going on a theme, we're talking 18, but like going on the theme of the older shows and whatever. So you guys did Fall Guy and whatever. So you have that Fall Guy truck. You've got the 18 van. Smokey the Bandit Trans Am.
Yep.
Knight Rider. And then, oh shit, I had another one. Like all of the sweet fucking cars that you remember growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what was my fifth one? I had another one. I just lost it.
The General Lee.
Yeah, generally. That was it.
General Lee wins hands down every time.
Absolutely.
You cannot argue with me.
I completely agree with that.
There's no replacement for displacement.
But the iconic cars from those shows, I mean, just if you show a picture of it, anybody in our age bracket will be like, Fall Guy, yep.
Speed Racer also.
Well, that's more you.
Well, that's cartoons.
Well, there was the cartoon, and then there was also the movie.
Okay.
Who starred? I remember the movie, but I don't remember who was the
Emil Hirsch.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
And then
Who
John
was that?
Goodman.
I was going to say
Racer.
John Goodman, but I don't know the
It was the
driver.
That was a fun family movie.
I never saw it.
Wasn't that
Full
like?
disclosure.
Was that
That would be-
Hanna-Barbera or was that anime-ish?
The original one was an anime. I think it was.
Yeah, like where it started. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then they made the movie. I gotta look that up.
But if you look, who was it? Oh yeah, Turtle posted the other day. He was saying that, there's a video clip that it cycles through a bunch of cars, and I was like, the General Lee or the General Lee all day. I love as much as I love Smokey and Bandit Trans Am. Honestly, that car was kind of slow in comparison. In comparison to that 440, the 440 RT Charger, I mean, if you really compare them heads up, the General Lee would smoke what they call the Trans Am trigger, Bandit's trigger. Because if you see Smoking a Bandit 2, they traded trigger for a 6-pack, and that's what they're referred to. That. Oh
yeah,
yeah. But
if I were to buy an 18 van and then go pick up Zoe from school, she'd be mortified.
Dude,
me rolling up in the pickup line.
Got to have a loudspeaker with the theme song too.
Da, da, da. I had that as my ringtone for a long time.
I did too, you weird fuck. I did too. I was telling Jill that. She was like, "Are you serious?"
Mine right now is Ross Patterson. So bad.
I have the Halloween theme song when I do have my phone on, like audio.
Yeah.
And then I used to have when Joe would call the Imperial March from Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
So Darth Vader walking down the walking down the thing. She was like, "Are you serious? You did that?" I was like, "Yeah, I did. I took it off though."
Oh, I remember you saying that a long time ago, dude. Did you, when she would? Oh my god.
Oh boy.
I wouldn't
Oh,
be.
oh, you're in trouble. Shit. All right.
Mhm.
I better take this one. I definitely need to field this call.
I would. But see,
I just saw her comment. I knew that was going to happen. Guys, if I'm never back on the podcast, I love you both.
Love you too, buddy.
It's gonna be an imperial march up the steps when we're done.
you might want to go find your lightsaber and just kind of be prepared.
Oh, I know where my lightsaber is. I just got to protect it.
Yeah. You got a sport cup before you run upstairs, dude?
I might not even go upstairs. I might sleep in the podcast studio. I'm kind of afraid I let shit come out of my face, and I shouldn't have.
Well,
I might be on fucking Johnny Kendra's True Crime here in the next couple weeks.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It was nice meeting you, dude.
Jill, I love you. You know that. Shush your mouth.
Yeah. And I'll say that on behalf of me, and he's my homie. So, yeah, we love you, Jill.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. I'll Venmo you money.
I'll send you a receipt later. Matter of fact, that was payment for you doing the research.
Fucking $4. $4, really? Thanks.
Inflation, man. I'm sorry.
It's Bidenomics.
Oh, we got Marine's blood in the chats.
Oh shit! Here he is.
All right.
I'm not sure if that "love you guys" is to both of you or if I'm included in that. I'm not sure. I'll let you know tomorrow, maybe.
We'll find out eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Just watch the news. It'll come across failure to stop or somewhere.
See Dan sitting there by himself. I'm in the Legal Ship studio because I don't have anywhere else to do this podcast, and then I got to do it by myself. So Jill let me in.
We just got done. We just got back from the service for Jason.
Well, in that case, then I'll just
Yeah, you jump.
Not really take your place, but I'll just be sitting beside Dan.
What'd she just say? I've watched enough First 48 and Forensic Files. If I ever truly lost my shit, you'd be done. Oh fuck. Yeah, I'm sleeping down here, guys.
And I'm just gonna put this out there. Is she like short? Like 5'3", 4 maybe?
Yeah, she's short.
Height, yeah.
Yes.
You better watch it, dude.
It's always the short ones that get you.
Well, you don't see them. They cut your Achilles, and then you're done. You can't run.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife is
like little Vietnamese. They come in and they slit you. They slit your Achilles. Then you're on the floor.
Come with scissors and just snip, snip, snip.
Thought you firefighters supposed to have great upper body strength, man. You got to just cross the floor.
Yeah, that's upper body strength, but they're coming for your Achilles, which is.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You got to do the.
Do the army crawl.
Army crawl, yeah.
Army crawl to my truck just to try to fucking get out. I don't know. I don't know if it'll work. I'm not. I mean, I'm out of shape.
Said five even.
Well, see, that's up for debate because Zoe like compares herself to Jill.
Yeah,
and, Zoe is now, I think, taller than Jill, so she's a little bit bullshit. No. So I think Jill's giving herself an extra inch.
Mm.
I might as well just keep going because I'm gonna die anyway. So,
hey man, can I get the banner behind you, or do you need it?
You can have all of it. You can have the OJ sign that's behind the banner. You can have all of it.
I'll just have it behind me in memory of
in memoriam.
Yeah, in memoriam. Let's see, like let's my wife.
Oh yeah, she said officially her Disney height when she worked at Disney was 4'11".
Does that mean
she was slouching on purpose?
But can she ride all the rides though? That's the real question.
Well, she was a character. She used to work there. She was a character, so like her height gave her a certain parameter of characters that she could be. That's an interesting story. Just listening to her talk about Disney and the shit that went on there. Very interesting. That would be a fun podcast too.
I've heard something.
Her family, her family's super Disney. They go almost every year and they took me at what was I? 42 years old, first time I'd ever gone. And the little things that they were pointing out, her and her dad, it was very, very cool, very neat. What'd she say? Oh yeah, he was asking Disneyland or World. Yeah. Very, very cool though. Just neat, like behind the scenes shit that you just know most people don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all right. She's 5 foot, guys. She's 5 foot.
Yeah. But
remember, I love you.
My wife, talking about that is, my wife is she's Cajun. She doesn't have the whole Cajun accent, the crazy dude on.
Mean as fuck, isn't she?
She can be.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she's never been in 8 years. We barely fight. We never argue anything like that. And
neither did Jill and
I've seen
this podcast.
But I've seen her go off on other people, and I just stand there. And I used to work in a IMAX prison. I've argued and fought against the ugliest, nastiest folks, and I was never afraid then. But that right there, I was like, I'm gonna just sit right here.
You look at her, you're like, you're holding a shank, aren't you? I recognize that shank anywhere.
How did you get that?
I'm not. I was going to go somewhere, but guess what?
She's over there sharpening. She's over there sharpening her toothbrush on the.
Is that
out there in the carport?
Bring that in your prison wallet? How'd you get that in here?
Is that your toothbrush? Or are you happy to see me?
Right.
Oh shit!
Matter of fact, yeah, I've never seen. Well, not at me anyway. I've seen you mad at other things, but good Lord, we went off way off of topic.
That's what makes it fun.
So great. But
another 40-minute tangent. Oh. I think we were talking about
what's happening with
them.
What's happening with Marines Bloods chats? What's happening?
I don't know.
Usually what I do is completely close out of the chat, switch it from all or live chat or whatever to all chat. Oh, top chat, and then I go to live, all or live or whatever it is. It's so stupid. But
what was your takeaway from the movie, Will?
I had a great time. I noticed there was some similarities with the show. They kind of took some scenes from the show that I watched and put them in the movie. I know with Hannibal's Prison Break, that was, if I remember correctly, pretty much pulled straight from the show. They did, I think, a similar thing. And then just the absurdity of, let's use a tank and fall out of the sky
and fly it.
And fly the tank and then shoot down predator drones with the tank.
Yeah.
What the heck? And then what I do like is that the movie calls out its own absurdity with that.
Yeah.
And then just when they land and they drive the tank out, that's which way's Berlin? That way.
She didn't even put her wiener schnitzel down. She just pointed.
Oh yeah,
fork and all over there,
kind of,
that way, wherever it was.
That way.
Yeah, they did throw a good amount of comedic effect in it to where it's not just a shoot 'em up movie or whatever, but like your term absurdity, I think is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I think it fits it, but it was still made it entertaining. You still wanted to watch it. And Jill, I mean, she was like, I thought the movie was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's the dumbest good movie you'll ever see.
Yeah. Just like this podcast, the worst thing you've never seen. The best worst thing you've never seen. Bam. That's what it was.
Yeah, put that on a fucking shirt.
Yeah. That's going to be our first forever a podcast. Best worst thing you've never seen.
I'll buy one.
There we go.
But see, my thing, of course, B.A. Baracus, our boy, goes into this peace mode where he's not really violent. And he just let dude he gets his ass handed to him, which, I mean, in real life, he probably could have smoked old buddy, but.
Oh, Rampage Jackson. He was a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember his name. I recognized him because I watched the Ultimate Fighter, like the reality show where they were training dudes. I could not place his name. I had to do the same thing. I'm fucking Googling. I'm like, oh, it's fucking Rampage. Duh, idiot.
Yeah. Did you know that the Mr. T was actually a legit, from the original TV show, he was a legit boxer?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Bodyguard for like pretty famous folks. I don't know. I think Mr. T himself in real life, he's a character. What if he's like Macho Man, was just like Mr. T 24/7?
I'm sure he's that way. He plays into the Mr. T persona.
I think he grew up very poor. So
I think he had he had
cancer or something not too long ago.
Well, I think he had football scholarships too.
I thought we were talking about something else. Go ahead.
Sorry. Let's see. Because I remember outside of this, I remember seeing something. What was it? Oh, continue.
Oh, no.
Lawrence.
Everybody's looking up things.
Turod.
I know.
Turod. How do you Tureaud? Turod? Lawrence Turod.
Yeah.
Mr. T. Anyway, Mr. T. Yeah, he's still alive and kicking, man. 72 years old. I knew he was born in Chicago. I read that before. Because I'll do that. I don't know if y'all are. I'll do this where I'll watch a movie and then I'm like, who is that? And I'll pull it up and read all kind of different things about him. And then I'll, like my tism will kick in. I'm like,
My tism.
I do that sometimes in movies with female characters. I'm like, oh, they're hot. And then they're in this too. This too, and this too.
Yeah. I know I heard this right. So, all right. So Mr. T enlisted in the United States Army in 1975. He was a military cop. And after his discharge, he tried out for the Green Bay Packers. But he did not make the team due to a knee injury. I knew I'd heard something. I knew it was there. So my tism kicked in. Man of many talents, cool. Apparently.
Yeah, that's more than I've done.
It's pronounced Turo. Anyway. His new name is T, based upon his childhood impressions regarding the lack of respect from white people for his family.
I'm gonna start going as Mr. K. Changing my shit.
I can't learn K like from Men in Black.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
There's no fancy suit or anything like that.
Fuck, it was hard enough changing my address to the house I'm in now. I actually got adopted by my stepdad, and that was a fucking nightmare. Changing all that shit. I'm not getting a new Social Security card. It's not happening.
Oh yeah. So there was somebody else in the TV show in the movie that wasn't in the TV show, but he was in another TV show that's pretty popular back in the day. And no, I'm not talking about Major Dad. But he did play Major Dad. Gerald McCraney.
Yeah.
Mr. Gerald McCraney, Mr. Rick Simon from Simon.
That's what I told Jill. I said A-Team, Fall Guy, Simon and Simon. These are all the shows, and he was he was in House of Cards as well.
Yep.
As a politician.
He was also in.
He was awesome. I love that dude. What sitcom was he in?
This is
Major
Us.
Dad.
Yeah, Major Dad. That's what it was. You already
There's
said
that.
That was a good show. I like that show as well.
He was in 54 episodes of NCIS Los Angeles.
You're right. I'm going to put just a stripe right down here. It's going to look awesome.
He was also in
And show up to the firehouse.
The show Longmire.
Oh yeah, Longmire. Yep,
that was a great show.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, he got his brother, the dude that plays his brother in Longmire, actually played the original RoboCop.
I saw the funniest meme. You just brought it up. Sorry, we're going on a tangent. You just brought that up. A meme of RoboCop, and it was like the guy dies and they still make him go back to fucking work. It's one of the greatest memes I've ever seen. I was like, yeah.
Shoot, that's not wrong.
I read one today that said went to a party, got in trouble, whatever, went to jail. His work bailed him out so he can go to work. No, I'm in jail. I can't come in. No, I'm for real. I can't come in. I'm in jail. No, man, we got you.
No, leave me here. No, leave me here. I'd rather not work. 3 hots and a cop, motherfucker. I'm good.
Yeah. We'll just get rent for free for at least a night or two. Damn. But yeah, this movie was phenomenal. It was fun. It was kind of cool to.
It was watch. Better. It was better than I remembered it, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
rewatching it.
Yeah. When it first came out, I'm sitting here going, how's this going to go? And I think it didn't. What did it do in the box office? Anybody know? Anybody look that up at all?
I have it pulled up here. Give me a second. Budget was 100 to 110 million. Box office 177.2.
Oh, so that's why I didn't. I think there were some competitors in that when they released that movie. Wasn't that the same year that those blue
Avatar?
flying? Yeah, that.
This was 2010. Avatar was about 2013.
Really?
Yep.
I mean,
I think. Yeah, I was 13, I think, when Avatar came out.
Let's see. Inception came out, Shutter Island, Grown Ups, Black Swan. Black Swan was a big one.
Grown Ups was also pretty big.
Yeah,
The Social Network, Tangled.
Ooh, that was all 2010?
Yeah. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
That was pretty good.
Ooh.
Kick-Ass. I'm kind of jumping down. The Town.
2010 was
great fucking movie.
2010 was stacked for movies.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Yep, that.
How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah, they were put up against a bunch of good ones. Despicable Me, Alice in Wonderland, Tron.
If you guys haven't seen Tron, such a good movie. Oh my gosh. That's one of my favorite movies.
The Karate Kid, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. As I call it, Diarrhea of a Wimpy Kid.
You're not the only one.
Robin Hood with Russell Crowe. Yeah, there was a ton. So yeah, that's a strong lineup to try to compete against. And when those came out, I don't know. I mean, I didn't look at the dates, but
I think so.
Jill said, "Will, were you born in 2000?" Holy hell!
Yes, I was.
I don't know. I don't know if we'll I don't know if we'll podcast together again, but everybody wish Jill a happy early birthday because June 7th is her birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Happy birthday.
I'm not gonna say how old she can in chats if she wants to, but
Yeah, that's up to her.
She is 21 in spirit.
yeah, 21 never looks so good. See, I love you. Don't kill me.
Go put on your fire boots. Maybe you protect your heels. your Achilles tendon.
If Zoe weren't here, I'd come in my fire uniform and go in a bedroom and do a little dance. But Zoe's home, so we can't do that.
Yeah. It's like my daughter.
I think the last thing she wants to see is a big fat fucking fireman walking in. She's like, "You look nothing like the calendars that I see."
I mean, yeah.
That's a tough lineup to go up against.
It was. I was hoping there was going to be another one, especially the way they ended.
There was rumors that a second one was going to happen, but since the low box office turnout, it didn't happen. Also,
and this is pre-Rocket Bradley Cooper. This is,
yep.
You know,
Mr. T was also offered the role of B.A. Baracus for the movie
again,
but he turned it down.
Loser.
They did a post credit with the with Dwight
Schultz.
Yeah, Dwight Schultz and Dirk Benedict. I said it right that time. But, you know, of course, we know George Papard passed away. He's already gone. Mr. T. All the interviews I've heard and watched, and all the things that the actors in the movie, they absolutely loved it. They said they had such a fun time. Jessica Biel was in this. I guess, you know, I don't know anything other than Blade. I don't know what else she's been in, but
she's been in a bunch. I couldn't put a gun to my head. I couldn't tell you. Like, I can visualize a movie, but I can't give you a title.
The Adam Sandler movie will now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah. Which was, to me, that was a great movie. That was funny. I love Adam Sandler anyway, but but yeah, I mean, I don't think Rampage has been in anything else.
Mm-mm. Not that I can think of.
I can pull up IMDb again.
But I love the stunts, and of course I'll sit here when they ripped the doll apart and then they tweaked the voice, they tweaked it.
Oh yeah.
And they had the recording from an old dude play through the.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, that is awesome. Can that actually be done?
I'm actually looking through Rampage Jackson's movies. Mm-hmm. He's in actually a bunch. He has 2 this year, 3. Snow White and the Seventh Samurai, Dying for a Living, Prepare to Die for this year. And he's consistently doing movies.
Works out all movies I'll probably never watch.
Yeah. He was in Boss Level. No, that's something that actually is kind of good. But yeah, he's in a bunch of stuff. Dang. What was Jessica Biel in? Yeah.
I think she was.
As soon as you start firing them off, I'm going to know. But
Illusionist, Total Recall. That's always fun. That was a good one. She's in Scooby-Doo as Jessica Biel. BoJack Horseman as Jessica Biel. Or a voice character, or just a voice character. I don't know. That's what it's saying. Book of Love, Bleeding Heart, Accidental Love, New Girl, 1 episode, Family Guy, Playing for Keeps, Hitchcock, New Year's Eve, Valentine's Day, Planet 51,
Fuck, I thought she was in more like
Hole in the paper side. Chuck and
I
Larry.
say bigger ones, but
Next,
Wasn't she in Gilmore Girls, or did you already say that?
played Trinity.
Yeah, that movie was pretty good. I liked it, but so did y'all suspect here towards the end of this thing, how they swapped lynches and headed back to prison, but that lynch, the first lynch, see that dude's a phenomenal actor. Patrick Wilson.
Yep.
Yeah, but so I wonder who was the original lynch. And did they just, how the CIA does, you end up like in burn notice or something. You got burned, you're done.
right.
Because I think she did come up to him and go, "Hey, Agent, what was it?
Lynch?
Vance or Vincent or something like that." The first Lynch, Patrick Wilson's character, Lynch.
Yep.
She comes up to him and says his real name, holds that piece of paper up, and goes, "Oh, that wouldn't help you, will it?" And then, of course,
when she's like, "Yeah, you need a piece of paper that looks exactly like this."
Yeah,
because he did that to her earlier in the movie.
Yeah. I couldn't, and me personally, I see me and B.A. Baracus as, mechanic, hothead, and
certified badass.
Turtle as Murdoch, because he definitely would try to jump off an ambulance with a damn defibrillator.
I actually thought about you when I saw that.
Or at least try to jump off his motorcycle with it, at the least.
I feel like I need to hang out with Turtle.
But there's, like I said, at the same time, that double crossing from General Morrison, I couldn't do it, man. These are my boys, and that crossing like that just for what? Money?
I'm gonna be rude real quick.
All right.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay.
I mean, it was unlimited money, basically.
You'd have to sign a waiver.
Yeah.
Gee.
Oh.
Yep. You got to sign a waiver to hang out with Turtle, because that's just how it is.
Too much shenanigans.
We game together all the time, which we haven't. This last week's been real busy for both of us, but we game together all the time. And dude, you think this right here's a podcast is bad? Yeah. Mm-hmm. If we recorded what we do and what we talk about on there, it could definitely be something. But all right, well, are you good? I'll wait till Chief comes back. I know he's busy.
Yeah.
You gotta unmute.
Sorry, it was Dan Carroll.
Oh yeah.
He said hello to
nice
Bosco and Will. He wanted me to come over to a putting green at our buddy's house, but
oh, nice.
I work tomorrow and I'm hunkered in. So I said, let me know tomorrow how much money you lose on that putting green.
Right. Yeah, we need to hear that on the next episode.
Because it's going to happen.
How much you lost. Dude, I ain't going to knock. I mean, you like your thing. Golf to me is about as boring as baseball.
Love them both.
I have a respect for baseball because it's our national pastime, but
our Reds swept the Dodgers for the first time since like 2016 today.
Nice.
Big deal. Fuck you, Ohtani. Piece of shit.
Put him in his place.
Fuck yeah.
I can't wait.
We suck. The Reds suck, by the way, but we'll take it where we can get it.
See where my dogs are going to end up being. I'm not hugely into sports, as everybody knows, but
what happened to Will? We lost.
I don't know. I don't drink enough to play golf. You're right. I can't.
I drink enough. I drink enough and play golf for you, so it's fine.
Yeah. Will, are you okay? Or you took yourself off? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I was petrified.
All right, fellas. Well, it's been fun. Everybody, thank you for joining us on the. How did we say it again? I'm gonna have to write it down. The best worst thing you've never seen.
Dude, I do love that. I love that thing.
I'm gonna figure out some way to put that on a shirt or a decal of some sort for every podcast. The best worst thing you've never seen.
Oh, it's always fun, man. We always have a good time.
Yeah, I really appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely.
Everybody here knows where you came from. One Morning I'm Out of Here podcast, and you can, if you want to, you can talk about the other one as well.
Legal shift on failure to stop, but then we have one more. We have a Instagram page, so just search One More and I'm Out Here on Instagram,
and
send
as always,
us some silly shit.
As
Nice.
always, I am super grateful for everybody that's listened, all our listeners,
All the
I'll
real
just say
ones.
that. Brothers and sisters. We actually, man, I've been kind of keeping track on our YouTube channel. We've got some subscribers. I mean, more than like 3, but no, I've actually seen it. It's really surprised me. Marine's blood.
Fuck you, Marine Blood. I was too lazy to take the goddamn banner down because when I do a legal shift, I have to take this thing down and put it back up when we do one more.
You know what you should do is get some like magnets for it and just every time.
Well, I got screwed. Like there's screws in the wall.
Oh yeah. Oh,
we
that
hang
works too.
I literally was like rushing. I had to take a shit before we did this.
No, you're all good.
You know,
I'm gonna redo some of my signage behind me. This one here, I'm gonna keep.
if you give me a graphic, give me that graphic that you want, and we'll get you a banner to put behind you and Will.
Sweet.
I got a guy that will do it. So
Well, I just have to get my sex swings down for my dungeon.
Yeah. Take those down, man. God.
I mean, they're just fun to just swing in.
I'd
don't use them for
keep 'em up.
sex.
I'd keep them up. Don't take them down. Don't let anybody judge
Well,
you.
no. The hooks
Don't let
stay up.
anybody kink shame you. Will
The
Craig.
hooks stay
I was
up.
about to
then
say that.
Then we got the power outlet on the ceiling, so we can just plug in right there, right in the middle of the room. We're good.
Is that
They
for
have
your
LED
vibrator or
Not from
They
me.
They have LEDs that flash or anything?
just
I mean,
I'd
yeah,
cover up the cage that's in the background. I'd cover that up though. That might be a little weird.
What this? That's a hamper. It's got all the like leather goods in there.
Yeah, I call that his.
It's all my ball gags and whatnots.
He's got to take them down, spray them down with the, he's got to disinfect them and all that. Yeah.
The flavored sanitizers. Oh
That is
shit!
great.
This is going off the rails, fellas. I don't know. You want me on here much longer?
You
with
got to
that-
get out of here.
With that, should we close her out?
Yep. You want to close it
All
out?
right.
Gentlemen, I always appreciate you asking me to be on here. I love it. It's
Yeah,
always
it's
fun.
awesome having you here.
Always a good time.
It is. And I'm very grateful. Like I said, listening to y'all before I started mine and all the other podcasts that I got my inspiration from, I'm very, very grateful and thankful for my support. And I'm hoping that this thing will grow. I've reached out to some other content creators just trying to see if they'll come on, but I haven't heard anything from anybody yet. So
all you gotta do is cold call. That's
Yeah.
and then just keep cold calling.
that's what Tansy said. I was texting him the other day. He was like, "Hey man, that's how we got our stuff: Facebook messages and Instagram."
I get big timed all the time. Hey, here's my podcast. Hey, come on. We'd love to have you on as a guest. Hear nothing. Crickets. I'm like, you
Yeah.
motherfucker.
There was one dude. I ain't gonna name drop him here, but he's very knowledgeable as far as and funny as hell when it comes to automotive stuff. But
Text me his name.
crickets.
Text me his name and I'll say it. That way you did.
Well, I mean, to me, I'm like, you ain't saying nothing. But at the same time, it's the Black Car Guru. I'll say it. The Black Car Guru. He's funny. His knowledge is great, but I haven't heard anything. And then John Wayne Longmire, he does the same thing with trucks and stuff like that. And it just, I'm like, dude, come on, bring your knowledge. But fellas, I've had a great time as always. I don't know what we have planned for next weekend, but something. Oh, I think I do. I don't know yet, but I have an idea. I don't want to say here and then us not do that. That's why I kind of backed off. But everybody, thank y'all very much. Click like and subscribe to the YouTube. We have our Forever Road Podcast on Instagram, Facebook. We have an email, foreverroadpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us still on Spotify, believe it or not. I just kept it. Did you listen to that episode, by the way?
I did.
Yeah? Okay. We'll have to redo another cover episode later, but
Welcome to the world of being banned.
I was waiting for a comment.
And appeals.
But right, rejections over and over again. It's like I was in middle school. So y'all follow us on the social medias, on most everywhere you get podcasts from. Thank y'all very much. For everybody, for me, Will, and Mr. Chief Keef, love y'all.
Guys, have a great Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Happy Memorial Day. Y'all, please remember what it's really meant for.
Yep.
Remember the ones that sacrificed everything for us.
For sure.
And outro.
Thanks for riding with us on the Forever Road Podcast with Bosco. Hey, you can find and follow us at Instagram and Facebook, or just drop us a line or a question anytime at foreverroadpodcast@gmail.com. See you next time on the Forever Road Podcast.